Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. So in this video I'm going to be talking about this aspect of the Sulèman saga that is going on right now. For anyone that does not want to hear any more about it, please, when you see the title, you don't have to watch it because there's a lot to cover. I've told a lot of you about the whole series, let me call it series, that's been coming up, and Maureen Badejo has addressed a lot of stuff. I'm very behind. I think it's because I do different kind of videos. Today I may talk about politicians, tomorrow I talk about, everyday people or celebrities or whatever, and then I talk about this. So I'm very behind, and there are some aspects of her video that I want to address, but because her videos are quite long, they take me a long time. So sometimes I don't watch all the videos at once. Sometimes it takes me a long time. So like I say, I can't watch all the videos most of the time at once. I kind of like take my time and go through them. But today, so there's so much to cover. Like I said, I'm very behind. I'm catching up, right? So in today's video, I want to address the area of matter, because I've shared about matter already, the whole thing, and I shared the audio between the phone call between Amos, Sulèman's houseboy that lived with him for 10 years, and Mata, who was a house girl in his house. I'll put a link, you guys can listen to the whole audio. So but now I want to come and address something that came up. So Mata rang into the program, Maureen Badejo's program, and she tried to debunk the whole audio. It doesn't surprise me, okay? It doesn't surprise me at all, okay? But what surprised me is how foolish they think people are. And I'm realizing how weak they are when it comes to whatever plans they try to make to cover these stories. So I shared this story where a lot of you may have watched it. I'll put the link, you can watch the previous video if you don't know. I won't go back to that so it doesn't get too long. So I shared this audio, and this audio call between Amos, the houseboy, and Mata, and where Mata was saying that their papa, who is Sulèman, was calling her to come to his room, and she said in that audio, there's audio and text message. I have it, a link, click it and you get the full picture of what I'm talking about. And where she was basically saying that Sulèman was asking for her plantain, if you know what I mean. A lot of allegations, Sulèman this, Sulèman that, a lot of evidence that are being popped up, that are popping up left, right and center. But I was really, a bit, if I can use the word, upset, or I really was invested in this Mata story because she was a secondary school girl. Okay, now Mata rang into this show to now say that, by the way, I don't know if she's watching this, but when I listen to her voice, as a mother, my youngest daughter, 15, this year she'll be 16, and I feel like sometimes when you have children that young or stuff, around, you feel these stories more like personal, because you kind of, part of you kind of imagine, what if it's my child? And when I heard the Mata speak, I'm going to be honest how I felt. I was like, her innocence is all gone. When you listen to the audio call, you hear a child, an innocent child. And then when you hear her now, I just see a child. Her innocence has been taken from her. Completely taken. And I find that upsetting. Oh God, I'm going to get emotional. I get easily emotional, don't I? Anyways, I saw how much her innocence is gone. The way she spoke, Anyways, and then she's now saying that she was 19. Today we hear that she's 19. Tomorrow they say she was 30, 24, 25, whatever. And I'm like, one day when I hear she was 100 years old. But the question then is, what was a 100-year-old girl doing in secondary school? She was in secondary school then. So when they try to twist her age up and down to say that was the age she was then, what was she? As old as she was older than Methuselah. What was she doing in secondary school? What was she doing in secondary school if she was that old? Okay, that aside. Now, in the name of trying to cover the story or clarify, that's what they think they are doing, but they are even making the story more credible. She said, oh, Martha rang into this program. I put a link to my, like always, I will put a link to Moribadejo's channel. And what I want to be doing, I know her videos are long, but I will put on the screen, I'll put it on the screen, the timeline where you can skip to hear whatever part I'm talking about. So I'll put that on the screen. Martha now rang. And like I said, her voice, you hear the voice of that audio then, and you hear this, you know, it feels like you're speaking to a different child. And in me, I feel like I'm listening to a child, her innocence is gone. That's how I feel. You can't dictate to me how I'm going to feel. My body, I will feel the way I feel. This is how I felt when I heard her. Now, she's not saying that, you know, that all those audio calls or whatever she's saying, all those calls was, Amos was being set up. The houseboy was being set up. And she said that Amos was being set up by their papa, by Sulèman. By the way, if I say papa, you know I'm talking about their papa. You know I'm talking about Sulèman. So she's now saying that Sulèman was trying to set up Amos. That it was all a setup. And I thought to myself, in the name of trying to change the story, why would they ever think it was okay to say that a so-called pastor, so-called apostle, was involved in a setup? Did they not even realize that even that too is wrong for a so-called apostle to be doing? That Papa was trying to set Amos up. That is what Martha now said. That Oga, that is supposed to be a man of God that speaks in tongues, that hears from God, heals the sick, you know, all of that, was setting up his houseboy. What part of the Bible says, go ye and set up the houseboys? Is that in the Bible? What part of the Bible makes it okay for a pastor to be doing set up? Setting up as what? I don't understand. That is one aspect. But do you know, the same Sulèman, anyone that, you see, I'm pointing you to where you can find this information, right? The same Sulèman, there was an audio call of Sulèman to Joseph, Amos' brother, and Sulèman himself. You will hear Sulèman's voice. So those that will say it's not true. Go and hear Sulèman yourself. Sulèman said it that Amos is in trouble, that Martha and Faith, we are two girls that he allegedly have. Okay? And Faith, there's an audio where Faith said she was pregnant for Sulèman, and it's a long story. Now, Sulèman himself said it that Amos is finished. Oh, that Martha and Faith have already told the police that everything they said was Amos that told them to say it. So now Martha is saying that it was Sulèman, that Sulèman was setting up Amos, that the whole thing was a setup of Amos. But Sulèman said that Martha and Kini have confessed to the police that everything they said, it was Amos that told them to say it. So which one can be which now? Which is which? Sulèman is saying something different. So, and this guy says something different. You see how they've jumbled it all up. They know they sit down for a proper meeting, round table, and plan what they want to say. I don't understand it. So it is Amos that told her what to look. I hope it's not confusing. So it was a setup. According to Martha, it was a setup by Sulèman to catch Amos in whatever they say they want to catch Amos. Okay? They want to catch Amos. So how is a setup that Amos is supposed to be a victim in, all of a sudden turned to, it is Amos that told these girls what to say? How can Amos be the ones to tell these girls what to say about the setup that that was like a setup that was planned for him? How does that make sense? Martha is now saying that Apostle Sulèman was the mastermind of the whole thing, of the whole conversation. Apostle Sulèman is now saying that Amos is the mastermind of what Martha said in those what Martha said in those audios. How does it make sense? How can Sulèman then, who his daughter, so-called daughter, said he's the one that set her up, is now the one saying that Amos is in charge of what these girls said? You see how they have jumbled it all up. It's quite sad. It's quite sad that these are things that are coming up from people that are supposed to be pastor. So claims to be called by God, that says will be working for God. It's quite sad. The picture doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. So at the end of the day, Martha ringing that show, basically Martha has made the matter worse. It rhymes, doesn't it? the thing rhymes. Martha has made the matter worse. Martha has made the matter worse. At the end of the day, it has gotten to the point where they are trying to change the narrative. It's hard, oh. It's hard, oh. You can't, you know, we are not babies. People listening are not babies. Okay? This narrative has gone away from you guys' hands. It's out there now. Another area that's interesting is how, whether we like it or not, I have several videos, but I don't know which one's going to be coming up first. At the end of the day, it has gotten to the point where the whole of Awuchi, when I say Awuchi is no longer just Awuchi. Awuchi, Omega ministry people, they are all staying tuned until when they measure somebody, everybody is carrying their Chirio Binaka. I can't translate that one. Or everybody Chirio Binaka like this, yeah. Everybody is like, whose name is going to be mentioned next? And as soon as their name is mentioned, they turn up and ring. Everybody that they mention their name, they ring the show to come and try to clear their names. That alone is sad. That is not what a ministry should be about. A ministry where people names are being called in a negative thing. Every day, their names are being mentioned. Husbands are waiting and say, hey, children will call my wife name. Oh. Fathers and mothers are saying, I hope they won't call my daughter's name. Oh. I hope they won't call my, my grandchild's name. Oh. This is not what ministry is about. Because names are being released like this, like bomb. Names are being released like this. Secondary school girl, names are being released. Parents are right now, just because they attend that church, parents are watching. God, I hope they will not mention my daughter's name. I hope my daughter did not get involved. Everybody, husbands are saying, I hope my wife did not get involved. Our people are staying tuned and they are watching all the information being brought out. Is that what Christianity is about? Is that what Christians, their names should be mentioned about? Is this what a church, a congregation, their minds should be focused on right now? This is what a so-called church has generated. And this is sad. It is sad. How did it get to this? I don't want this video to be too long, but I wanted to just come and emphasize how Martha has rang in and the story, she's trying to say another story that is different from what we heard. And like I said, basically, I'm sorry, Martha basically made the matter worse. The story, it does not add up. I'll put all these links, go check them out and hear these things for yourselves. As always, whatever your opinions are, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.